University. This semester I started to learn something about international business. So last semester when I was an executor team, I haven't had so many information about it. So now I feel I'm more prepared than I was.
And with your help, hopefully other students will be also more prepared. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Who's next? Go ahead, Anis.
So hi, my name is Anis. I live in Switzerland. I'm doing my master's in international management, and I was part of the X-Culture team as well as a student last semester.
What university are you at? We have several from Switzerland.
It's the FHNW.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I have no idea what to do about my pet project. If I will be able to do one, or any other webinars. Besides that, I'm also working at the same time. So I'm doing.
What do you do? What kind of job do you have?
So at the moment, I have a little bit of two roles. I'm doing a lot of sales administration, sales operations, and at the same time, some business process optimization within my company. Not the company I work for. I don't know.
Nice, yeah. With the time, I understand that some of you may be very busy with work and school and this. So obviously, again, we don't expect you to, quit life and do this only. So as long as you communicate regularly, do your share of cases, you can choose something that is a little less time consuming, which is perfectly fine and understandable. So it's you are the customer in this case, or partner. Your interests are first. So meaning, see what works best for you. The only key the only thing that we recommend or expect from you is regular communication. So if you have to go like on a business trip or something and may not be available for a while, let us know in advance. And, especially if you will be working in a team with another coach on a project or webinar or something like that. So communication is the key. All right. Very nice. Nice to meet you, Anis. Who's next? Okay. Well, I see Alicia, right? Go ahead.
So, hello, my name is Alicia. I'm from Poland. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. I'm from Poland. Currently, I'm in Germany doing my internship. I graduated in management and international project management. And this is what I would like to do for my webinar and take some training session. So basically some project management techniques which teams can easily put into the project.
Well, international project management, it doesn't get any more closely related to what we do. So I guess that's as appropriate as it gets.
Yeah. I hope so.
And what kind of internship do you have? What kind of company are you with?
It's Verizon.
Verizon, the telephone, right?
Yep. I'm working for sales.
Is it the American company? So do they operate in Germany?
Yep, they do. We are not very well known on German market.
Yeah, my phone is on Verizon, so I didn't realize that they work in Germany. Okay, all right. And what city in Germany are you at? I've spent many years in Germany, those who don't know. So so what city are you in?
It's Frankfurt.
Oh, Frankfurt. Oh, that's the United States in Germany. So those who haven't been to Frankfurt is like basically German New York. So yeah, you don't feel any difference, and like 40% of the people are Americans anyway, or American expatriates. So yeah. Well, es ist sehr schön, Sie kennenzulernen. So I was trying to my German here. So yeah, thank you so much.
Good German.
Oh, vielen Dank. Ich kann noch alles verstehen, aber ich fand es sehr schwierig, Deutsch wieder zu sprechen. Ich habe kein Deutsch gesprochen seit 1999, I guess. So it's been a long time, 20 years at least.
You're doing a good job for it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
all right, in Switzerland you speak German too, right? You have like 3 languages there, but German is one of them, right? Okay. Well, very nice. Who goes next?
I can you hear me?
Yes, Jacob. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, hi. So I'm Jacob. Shout out to Kimberly because we're both from Spokane, Washington, actually. So I appreciate your comments about Spokane. It was very nice. I was a participant of X-Culture in 2016 from Eastern Washington University. I got my degree from there. Work full-time now in a bank here locally, so I'm just kind of doing this on top of working full-time.
So you work for a bank?
I do.
Cool. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very challenging work. I worked for a hotel for about 6 months, and then I interviewed here, and then here I am.
Yeah, many students from my program also go into banking, sometimes start at the lower levels. Some of them actually get in some more kind of project management, and actually have a few who now became not top managers, but actually do some managerial work too. So it's an area, obviously, a lot of banks, so they hop, from one job to another, often, switch banks, but it's definitely not a dead end, because, you literally can go all the way up. So that's a good industry. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually found out that, we have a guy who specializes in international business in our bank, so I'm going to hopefully be working with him on this and kind of get his ideas.
Yeah, even better. Yeah. Okay, well, very nice to meet you, Jacob. Yeah, very nice.
Nice to meet you as well.
Who goes next? So we have anyone? I don't know. You guys decide. Yeah. So Felix, and then maybe Karina. So I think, yeah, Felix, unmute your microphone and yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Felix. I am from Peru. It's nice to be here with you. Well, I am a student in ESAN University. I study marketing and business. And well, I like to go cycling. This is my hobby.
Yeah.
Well,
one of the clients this semester is a company from Peru, Vertical Journey, and they specialize in exotic tourism. So yeah.
Interesting. Yes, I read. So I don't know. Well, I don't know how, or I don't know what field I'm going to develop for my pet project yet, but I'm interested in, for example, some techniques of coaching to apply to support some teams, or maybe team cohesions,
right?
Cohesion,
yeah,
and well, kind of that.
Yeah.
But this week I am going to research more about that.
Exactly. For the pet projects, by the way, if I may say now, so another way to think about it would be, likewise, by the way, for the webinar and for the training modules, you can think also about it from the perspective of, in my industry or where I would like to work, when I will be a manager, what will I have to do? And then try to basically work around that topic. So because that's what you will be applying for jobs for, or that's the kind of jobs that you will be applying for. And so this way you already will both have experience, so from practical point of view you will be more prepared, but also, as I said, it will look better on your resume. Like, for example, if Jacob works in finance, I don't know what kind of training he would need to provide as a manager to the entry-level bankers, but perhaps it would be something, like paying attention to details, or maybe it's something about formatting properly documents. I have no idea, I'm speculating, maybe it's completely irrelevant, but let's say that's what he will need to do as a manager when he will be applying for a job, as a department manager or something like that. And so that's, I would literally try to think about what can I do around that topic so that I have it in my portfolio. Because as I said, to us, it's not really that important what you do, like what topic you address. Whatever you do, it will be useful to the students. Maybe some topics will be more popular than others, but it all will be useful. But as I said, it will look more, will be better related to what you will need on your resume whenever the time comes for you to apply for that promotion, for a new job, or whatever else you want to do in the future. Maybe if you want to go back to graduate school and things like that. So, Karina, please go ahead.
Hello, nice to meet you all. My name is Karina. I live in São Paulo, Brazil, and I studied business administration at the University of São Paulo. And now I'm working in a Brazilian pharmaceutical company in the risk and compliance field. For my pet project, I was thinking about something related to coaching and mentoring, but for an individual basis. I'm still expecting to receive that material that you said you have. But
yeah, no, that's very nice. By the way, Karina has been with us for quite some time as a coach, now as a head coach. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. So when you say career counseling and coaching, you mean like more in general, right? Like life coaching, that type of thing?
Yeah.
So
But
because
for
I think
individuals, not for
that would be appropriate too. I mean, if you wanted to offer something like that to our students, even though it may not be directly related to the project that they work on now, but I suppose they would like that sort of help for the future. I mean, many of them will be graduating soon. So if you want to offer them some generic career counseling or perhaps, life planning, if you specialize in that or you think you can help, I think there will be quite a demand for that. I mean, it's a bonus. It's not going to help them directly with the challenge that they're working on. But in general, I think that's fine. And it would be also a good experience for you, especially if you want to maybe make a business out of it someday or do something with it. Mm-hmm. Well, very nice to meet you, Karina. Well, I've met you before, but everybody. Who goes next?
Hi.
Yes. Okay. Alaran Waju. Yes, please go ahead.
This is Alaran Waju.
Yes.
I studied business entrepreneurship from Parasis University. I participated in Culture in 2015. And since then, I've been learning so much from Culture. My project topic for this year is going to be the impact of business environment on potential markets. This is going to help the students participating in this semester program on how to determine the potential market and to determine the viability and visibility of the potential market to the organization, product, or service. And the first project, I don't have any idea on it for now, but I'm trying to find a project topic that will be more, I mean, people will really learn from it. And I haven't really get the basic idea of that project. I'll be glad if you can throw more light on it.
And Olaran Baju, you are in Nigeria, aren't you, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, very nice to meet you. The sound was a little choppy, but I hope everybody could get most of the word. All right. Who goes next? Yes. Soman. Yes, please. Your microphone is muted, Soman. Should be working now. Go ahead, please.
Hello, everyone. I am Soman. I'm from Pakistan. I am studying in social sciences and liberal arts, and my major is political science. So I'm a bit confused about choosing my topic at the moment, but I'm thinking of doing something regarding plagiarism, because I think even if we have a lot of different softwares, still students do some kind of plagiarism by translating their text into different language and then use different softwares, and then they just copy paste that stuff. So I don't think that the recent softwares like Turnitin or other such ones are actually restricting the students from copy pasting the stuff. So I will be doing some work on plagiarism and will do it in a research-based manner, because as a social sciences student, I prefer doing some research work rather than doing some practical work.
That's a very good topic, by the way. So you probably know one of the company's clients this semester is a company called Unicheck that specializes in plagiarism. And not only do they write the software, they also are interested in perhaps offering some internships to the students after the project is over. So if you are really interested in this topic and you can develop something of interest to them, maybe you can, I'm not sure if you're interested in working in that industry, but there may be even opportunities with that company. And then obviously plagiarism as a topic for X-Culture, it's a big issue because we have a mix of countries here. And we have some countries like the United States that are so obsessed about plagiarism that, like caught plagiarizing, pretty much guaranteed you will be kicked out of the university, or at least there will be some serious penalty. And then there are some other countries where this is a new topic and only now they're trying to do something about it. So most students may not even know what it is and how to handle it. It's not that they're bad or, dishonest. It's just because it's never been an issue in those countries. Like, for example, including my native Ukraine. I mean, nobody thought about that. Nobody talked about that. So it's sort of kind of socially acceptable. And so if you wanted to organize some sort of a webinar on this topic, or maybe some training where you can discuss, what plagiarism is, what it's not, how to deal with it, what to do, for example, when a student on your team plagiarizes, it would be a very useful type of training for them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Who goes next? Yes, Thomas, go ahead, please.
I'm Thomas from the Netherlands. I study food technology, majoring in food innovation management. It's probably the most irrelevant study, well, if I refer to you guys. For the pet project, I was actually really interested in the couchsurfing platform for former agriculture participants. It's right up my alley. I like to travel a lot, and just seems really fun to me. And yeah, I got some. I got a lot of experience with student coaching and writing business reports, because that's like half of my study.
And you are actually in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah, I'm actually in the Netherlands right now.
Because we've had quite a few people from the Netherlands, but somehow everybody was somewhere else, including Thomas van der Meijden. So he was in Germany, now he's in Spain. So it seems like you guys travel a lot. So
yeah, it's quite a small country. So traveling within the Netherlands isn't a real thing. It's like for Americans, oh, you go to the next state or the next village over. It's the same thing as for us as going to the other side of the country. Within 2 hours, you can be everywhere. Right. So we Dutch really like to go to other countries, which is why I also like the couchsurfing platform idea.
Right, makes perfect sense. I've been to the Netherlands a number of times. I'm an avid biker, so I use my bicycle most of the time. I do have a car, obviously, but I use bicycle most of the time. And here in the southern United States, I'm usually the only one on the bicycle. Sometimes there may be another, like a student or two, but I'm a kind of freak. And so when I go to the Netherlands, I go to Groningen from time to time. You have
that's where I'm from. I was born there.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, like you have literally more bicycles there than people. Like literally, like bicycles everywhere. And I'm like, so this is a paradise. Yeah. So it's nice climate, flat. You don't have to go up and down all the time. So So you actually go to the University of Groningen?
I considered it, but food technology wasn't available there, so I went to the middle of the country. In a really small village, you would know it.
Yeah, well, yeah. So as I said, I love this area. So the Netherlands in general, and those few cities I've been to. So yeah, maybe we should do maybe symposium one year there, because it's a nice country to visit. So definitely an interesting place. Yeah. Well, nice to meet you, Thomas. Whom do we have left? Oh, Alarin Badji, we now see you. Very nice. So, because when you spoke before, we didn't see your picture. So now it's nice to see your face. So we have John, we have Sayed, Andrea. Who wants to go first? Maria. Yeah, Andrea, please go ahead.
Okay, very nice to meet you all. I'm Andrea. I live in Italy right now. I live in Milan. I graduated last December in management engineering at Politecnico di Milano, and my last exams and my thesis were about international business, because I'm very interested in this topic. And I started an internship more or less 2 months ago in Saint-Gobain PPC Italy, and I quite like the company and what I'm doing there, because I'm working department. Okay, I'm still thinking about the pet project, but I have some ideas about the webinar and the video lecture, because reading some weekly deliverables from students, I realized that they may need help about market selection and entry mode. So I think that talking about these topics could be useful for them.
And it would be nice if you wanted to prepare like a webinar on this topic. It would be nice to do it sooner rather than later, because in 2 weeks they will be selecting the market. No, sorry, in 3 weeks. They still have 3 weeks. 1 week from now they will be doing the selection of the company. Then a week later they will be doing the individual kind of answers to each of the questions. But then a week later it will be block 1. It's the market entry, market analysis. So if you could do a webinar in about 2 weeks, that will be the time when they will be thinking about it. So that will be the time when they actually need that help. Even later it will be helpful, because they will continue working on the topic. But yeah, so it's something that we might want to do sooner rather than later.
Yeah, perfect. And I think that communication among coaches is very useful. In fact, I think that this webinar is very useful for us. And I think that, I don't know, creating maybe a WhatsApp group or
that is something. Yeah, that is something we definitely want to do. I just want to check with Tim again. I think he already created a group. I'm not sure, but we will definitely send out something within a couple of days so that you can have a group. Andrea, one more thing you reminded me since you're in Italy. So you all know that we will have the next X-Culture Symposium in Italy, in Macerata. So it's a little further south, but right in the middle of the country there. And so I just got an email from the organizers. I mean, I'm one of the organizers, but there is Leilani Baumenis, one of our professors, who's kind of in charge in general. And then we have Ernesto Tavoletti, who is the local professor organizing the event. They already got the program more or less down. There will be 3 host companies this time, not just one. We will have all kinds of, meetings with entrepreneurs and businessmen and local community leaders. The mayor of the city will address us in the opening ceremony, and then we will have the gala dinner at the mayor's office. But one thing that I just got an email about, so they decided to have 16, not 10, 16 people who will be serving as coach/ambassador. They want to call them just ambassadors, student ambassadors, but basically their job will be to be essentially coaches. So they will be helping students with preparation. They will be helping and making sure that everybody gets on the bus. There will be like if the team wants to do a rehearsal, perhaps you will help them and things like that. And so there will be travel stipends for those people. It will not be a lot of money, but hopefully will be enough to cover at least, your basic expenses. And so they want to hire 16 total. I think they already have 6 from Macerata, but they would like to have 10 more. And so they sent me the letter like literally yesterday with the wording of the invitation and asked me to circulate it among coaches in case any of you would like to attend. And so this time they need 10 more people. The reason Andrea reminded me about that, not only because he is in Italy, but also, as I understood, you are Italian. And so they have a strong preference for people with the Italian connection because of the language. So maybe sometimes there is a need to translate. Maybe sometimes there is a need to know the local customs and traditions. I assume Italy is not that different, but, holding everything else equal, I guess someone who knows about Italy would be preferred to someone who doesn't. But it doesn't look like we'll have enough Italians to fit all the positions. So if any of you feel like going to Italy July 29th, August 4th, this may be your chance. I will not have a direct impact on who gets selected. So I sort of distanced myself because it's just too many applications, too much work. But they will be requiring a recommendation letter, and definitely I will be happy to give a strong one to you, especially those of you who have been in the program for a while, and we have a lot of information about your performance. But even those who are new, you've been doing the theory training, so I already can say something about your performance, so we'll be very happy to write those. So I will be sending the invitations probably later today. So if it's something of interest to you, just remember that there is this option, and I hope I will see you then there. And then if not this one, then we will have another one in the United States, in Nashville, Tennessee in November. So maybe that one then instead or in addition. So just something that, expect that email sometime today.
Okay, perfect.
All right, who else? Maria, who else? John, and I think that would be pretty much it, right? Yes, go ahead, Maria.
Do you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so my name is Maria. I'm from Colombia.
Oh.
I'm studying Management International Negotiations. I haven't gone further in what I want with the PET project, but I was thinking about in the webinar about the culture. Sometimes we have a lot of students that are from other part of the world. Mm-hmm. And I made a course about intercultural stuffs in Germany. So I think it's better know how to understand with interrelate with other person and how to interrelate because they are from different cultures. They talk different. Sometimes we think that someone is going to respond the same way that we think because in our culture we respond that way. But it will preferably to know how to react.
Right. This is a wonderful topic. In fact, it's such a big and important topic that first, it may be a good idea for several coaches to work on it. And you can either do it all together as one, training module, as one video lecture, as one webinar. Or if somebody else just likes the topic but prefers to work alone, I think there is room for several sessions of this type. I've been studying this area for literally, all my academic career, and I still, don't fully understand it. So there is definitely room here to write books and books and books, not just do one little training module. So if any of you in the end will not know what to do, I would jump on this topic because it's something that is big, important, useful for your career, impressive for the employers, and useful for the project as well. So it's a gigantic issue. So it's not something that you will be able to address fully in 1 hour webinar or in a 10-page training module. So definitely an important one. And what city are you in?
Can you tell me again?
What city? What's your location in Colombia? Are you in Bogota or in Medellin?
Yes, I'm in Bogota.
In Bogota. Okay, very nice. Yeah. So, yeah, my apology if you were expecting to have the symposium there. As you know, we were planning to have it in Bogota, and then the politics and bureaucracy nixed it. So some American universities were not comfortable sending students to Colombia for stupid political reasons, but we had to unfortunately switch to Italy. And, I guess loss for everyone. Hopefully Italy will be equally good, but I know some people in your city started preparing, and so my apology for the change of plans.
Don't worry.
All right, so do we have anyone left? I think John, but we don't see his camera, so I'm not sure if he's able to talk or not. And Sayed, we haven't heard from you, right? Go ahead, Sayed, if you want.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me? Okay. So I'm Ali Shizer. I'm from Pakistan. I'm in Lahore, and I'm a graduate in electrical engineering. And right now I'm working with the government on some projects. And I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with trainings and the seminars. And basically I'm burned out at the moment. But I heard some good ideas. So I think maybe I'll work with someone on an idea or something.
Vas, you're on mute.
I'm muted? Oh, God.
Sorry. So those of you who are still not sure what to work on, wait for another week or two. Once you start reading the comments, and literally starting this week, so today is the first deadline where they will be leaving comments. Once you start reading those, and once you start seeing the submissions, the weekly deliverables, you will have more topics than you can deal with. Because once you start reading, you read a couple hundred of those comments, and there are so many interesting things that come up, things that they struggle with, things that they, don't know how to address. As I said, believe me, by the end of the, 2 weeks from now, you will have probably more topics than you can address, and your challenge will be which one do I choose, because they all look so interesting. So don't worry if you're at this time not sure what to do. All right, so Olarin Vajja, you have their research assistants, I see. So hi guys. So you have, nice to see you. Yes. All right, so whom do we have left? John, but I'm not sure. Yeah, John, you raised your hand, but go ahead if you want to talk. John? So it says that he raised his hand kind of virtually, but for some reason his microphone is muted. Okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, John. Yes.
Hi, Prof. My name is John. I'm Wong Jun Nam. I'm from Malaysia. Chinese. I'm a Malaysian-born Chinese. I think most of you don't know where is Malaysia, right? Malaysia is somewhere around Thailand, Singapore. I hold a master degree. I hold a master degree in entrepreneurship, and currently I'm pursuing my second master in youth study in one of the local research university. I have few years of working experience with AirAsia. I'm not sure whether you heard about this or not. AirAsia is one of the airlines coming in Malaysia. I will have some working experience with CapitaLand. Regarding to the PET project, I have no much of idea, but maybe I will talk about my research interest, which is the organizational politics, and also I talk about integrity.
Okay, yeah, that sounds very interesting, actually. So yes, why not? Yeah. So very nice, and I think we've got all people introduced now. I'm very happy that we hardly have any two people from the same country. So we have 2 Americans and 2 Pakistanis, right? Everybody else is from somewhere else. So we have Poland, Netherlands, Germany. In fact, quite a few of you are like Polish in Germany, Ukrainian in the United States. The only Dutch guy. The Dutch guy is in the Netherlands, which is unusual, but almost everybody else is somewhere else. And so that's quite an international team. So Colombia, so on and so on. Well, so I think we're going to stop here, unless you have any questions or comments. But yes, go ahead, Thomas.
I just had a question about our personal emails.
Oh, so you haven't received it yet?
No, I haven't received it yet. So I was like,
two more hours. The IT guy got the assignment to do it a long time ago, and normally he does it right away. But he's working on some massive data processing stuff, and he is his wife is expecting a baby. The due date was yesterday, if I remember correctly. And so I will not be surprised if it happened 2 days ago, because I haven't heard from him for like 2 days now, right? We usually speak like 3 times a day. And so there is a slight chance that that's the reason your emails are not ready. But I promise you will have them by Monday.
I got mine already.
Oh, you got yours already?
Yeah.
Huh, maybe then.
So just, I don't know, maybe he's just working in batches.
It shouldn't be, unless, as I said, unless he like did the first 10 and then the wife goes in labor. Like, I'll do the other 20.
But it's on the way. That's what I wanted to share.
But with those emails, I will probably keep sending you emails to both your private email and the Xculture email, because in the past when we used the xculture.org email, what happened is many coaches don't have them, automatically linked to their phones and stuff, and sometimes they wouldn't see the email for a few days. So I think what we're going to do this time is we will ask you to use those emails when you communicate with the students, just so it looks a little bit more serious. If you need to apply, for example, for jobs or something, and you would like to look more professional and kind of, look as if you already have a job, you're most welcome to use that one. It's much better to apply for a job from, for example, jacob.thompson@xculture.org than from sexyman1987@hotmail.com, right? So from this perspective, you can use those as well. But at the same time, I think I will copy all the correspondence to your private email as well, so that in case you prefer that one for everyday communication, you will get that communication as well there. So, yes. And John, Alaran is asking about the pet project, more information about that. Alaran, so the idea there is, as I said, it came kind of sort of from the need. So we had a few coaches who came to me and said, I would like to do something unusual like this and this. Like, for example, one of them said, I was a member of a Bosch Foundation in Germany, and they have a like an alumni association, but one of the things that alumni association does is couch surfing. So they allow us to stay in touch, and when I travel to a different country, I go to Bosch, whatever the name, foundation.com address, and I can always find a few graduates from this program in that system, and I can say, hey, I will be in your city, can we maybe get together, can we maybe stay at your house, or at least, maybe you can show me around. And every time I go somewhere, there is always someone from that Bosch Foundation or program that I work with. And he says, I want to do something like this for Xculture. Can you give me the permission? If I build a platform, would you send out the invitations to the students? And I thought, okay, that sounds like an interesting idea. Let's try it. And then right around that same time, another student comes and says, hey, I would like to do a documentary about a winning team from the last semester. I always wanted to do a documentary. I always wanted to be in filmmaking. And I thought that's a good topic. So I want to interview them and see why they won. Are there any secrets that other teams can replicate? And I thought, okay, well, sure, yeah, we can give you the contacts of the winning team, so why not? So let's try that. And that was actually around the time when Kimberly started talking also about this better processing of cases and complaints. And that's when the idea came. So if students have or coaches have all those brilliant ideas, why not offer everyone to do something like that? As I said, if there is something you always wanted to do just for fun, or if you think it will look good on your resume, or if you just simply wanted to gain that experience, you just wanted to try it so you know how it works, and you never just had an organization, a company that would tell you, do whatever you want. Even if you mess it up, no big deal, we are fine. As long as we don't have then enemies on 5 continents, after the failure of your project, we are fine. As long as it's ethical, it's fine. And so that's when we thought we will give you that opportunity. So if you would like to do it, if you don't want to do it, I suppose it's fine too. So if you're too busy or you don't want to do it, that's no problem at all. But at the same time, if you wanted to take on some sort of like a bigger autonomous project, I will green light it as long as it is, as I said, as long as it's ethical, as long as nobody, will be upset in the end. Even if it fails, it's still going to be a good experience for you and potentially something good for us. And so no restriction on the topic, no restriction on the scope. You can work alone or you can work with other coaches if you want. You can do something small that will take you only a week or 2, or you can do something very big where you may even continue working on this even after this semester is over. And most importantly, if you want to turn it, do something that will become your job in the future, I suppose that's, why not? That couch surfing thing, if it works, it can become bigger than Xculture. It can become just simply, a whole, like a student couch surfing portal. And maybe Xculture will be like a minor, small, tiny part of the customers there. So he wants to try it. He needs a crowd to start. It only makes sense when you have a lot of people in it, so that, wherever you go, there is someone there. And so Xculture can provide that crowd. So why not? It can become a business for him. So I don't mind. It's a service for the students. Even if we don't get anything out of this, at least we will get something for the students. And that student will get also nice, interesting experience. Maybe if you want to help us, for example, with advertisement. So as you know, we launched the Xculture Kids, the children's version of the program. And so we would like to already have 100 kids this semester testing it. It seems to be working very well. But next semester, we want to have it larger. And one of the big challenges we have is advertisement. So we're doing a lot of ads on Facebook, on YouTube, Google AdWords, semi-successfully. So it works fine, but not as wonderfully as I thought it would. And if any of you want to major in marketing and would like to try it, you can do it. We will give you even a little budget if you want to try your own, ads. If you want to help us, we will give you the platform access. So again, it could be something that, would be your pet project. Advertising, as I said, you probably will be doing it in your job anyway. So why not try now? As I said, if you have good ideas, we'll even give you a budget so you can test them, like literally place real ads, track statistics, see how it goes. It would be help for us, and it would be a good experience for you. So anything you want to try, no restriction there. And yes, your bios, so Soman, so didn't you email them by now? So you should have sent your pictures and your bios. And to my knowledge, most of them are already online, and at least those that have been submitted. So if you haven't submitted yours, or if you don't see yours, send an email. Let me put it in the comments. It's itsupport@xculture.org. It's the same guy, by the way, so if he's having a baby these days, it may take another day before he replies. But yes, we would like to have your picture and your biography, like a couple of, 2 sentences or 50 words on our website. And we had a discussion as to where we want to put your bios and pictures. And eventually we decided to put them in the section executive team. So we used to have a separate page for coaches, but then we thought, since we would like you to look like real employees, real members of the administrative team, we put those pictures and bios literally on the executive team page. And so there is a separate section for coaches, but you will be there. So if anyone asks when you're applying for jobs, you can say that, yes, I'm on the executive team and I work as a coach. And so my job, we have some people who organize the symposium. We have some people who develop training materials. We have some people who, for example, manage the financial or accounting or IT needs. Well, my job is to coach the students. So I'm a full-fledged member of that team. So that's what I do. And so if you're applying for a job that has something to do with that, you can say, yes, I'm already doing it. If you need a reference letter, I can get you one. And so I'm already basically serving as an executive, as a manager, as a coach. So hopefully that will help you get a good job. All right. So any other questions? Wonderful. Well, very nice to meet you. I'm glad that we have such an international team here. We have every single continent, don't we? Oh, nobody from Australia. But we have Asia, Africa, Europe, Latin America, North America. So very nice. Okay, well, wonderful. So hopefully we'll have these more regularly. I will talk to the head coaches about the timing of these webinars. We'll probably have them at least once a week. And some of them may be general, like today, where we just meet each other. And some of them may be devoted to a specific topic. So I hope I will see you again in about a week. So bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.